everyone's envious of people's success. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about these things in depth. I'm going to tell you why these things happen, why this is a normal human experience, how to combat it, how to put yourself above the envy, how to look at other people and see their success without getting envious yourself, without making a detriment. And I'm going to tell you why these things happen, how to combat it, why everything works this way, why envy and how envy can be transmuted into success rather than dragging that person down. But I'm going to tell you why everyone's doing it in the first place, why these things happen. And I want you to write the things in the comments. Write what you write. Write the notes in the comments. Some of you do not take notes. You're just watching just to watch. No, you need to take notes. You need to put it down in the comments. Let's get started. Number one, envy happened because of comparison. But people do not compare in a way that gives them success and makes them feel good. People compare in a way that brings them down. People compare in a way of, look at him, he has this and that. I hate that he has this and that, so I want that. But people don't use that as a motivation. They use it to tear that person down. Oh, he's not better than me. He's not better than me. I should have what he have. But people don't question why they don't have what he have. They don't have the work ethic, or they lack something that person has. So they throw these things outside themselves. They say, oh man, he has these things, I should have that. But the real reason why they don't have it is because they don't have that work ethic. They haven't put in the work. They're just entitled. They think everything belongs to them. So they do these things, and in turn, it causes these things to make them envious of that person. They want what that other person have, and that thing make them envious, right? Everybody's envious of someone else's success. The reason they're envious of everyone's success because it's a normal human emotion. This is how we grew up as kids. We were envious. Oh, look at that person. Why does he, when we was kids, why does he have those things and I don't have it? Oh, he has nice shoes and this and that and I don't have it. Those things can cause this envious feeling inside of us to bubble. It's like a sting. It's a pain that comes, like you can see it on people's faces. I remember when I started to learn about this second language of humankind, without words, he who have ears to hear, let him hear what I mean. Once you start to be able to analyze the second human language, now if you want to know what that is, comment below and I'll say what it is. A lot of people won't get what I mean by second language, but a lot of people will. People who's been in sales and people who started to analyze, really study these things. The second language of humankind, it kind of brings you to a point of, dang, nothing is real. Everything that someone says is not real. Just look at the second language. Or you can tell someone, hey, look, I have this fantastic thing going on. I'm successful. I'm this and that. I'm starting to be good. They'll say with their words, with their mouth, oh, I'm happy for you. But then you can see the second language. You're not really happy. You're just saying that. I can see how you're looking. I can see it on you. You say you're happy, but you're not really happy. So this is second language that occurs. And this is how you can see envy. This is how you can see it on other people. Now, I want you to understand that this is not just other people. We have these things too. And until you combat it, these things will happen. So we have to move out of being happy when somebody is doing bad. Move out of that and be actually genuinely happy when someone is doing good. When someone brings you good news, actually feel that. Actually feel how they feel. Actually feel the joy that they feel, rather than trying to be happy of their setbacks. Because a lot of people is only happy for your setbacks, which is why a lot of times you shouldn't tell people your setbacks. You should keep some of those things to yourself, and also even some of your successes causes envy. See, these envious people, this is what happens. When you tell them their setbacks, they start to grin and they start to be happy. You can see a slight grin on their face. They're happy to hear some of your setbacks and failures, or they're happy to hear those things. And then when it comes to your success, they say they're happy, but they're frowned up. They're not really happy. So this is the language, second language, which you need to start to analyze and understand. And this goes into point number 2. You need to turn envy into productivity, not hate. So a lot of people, they turn the envy into hate. They turn, oh man, this person got this and that, and he got that car and walking around with these chains. I don't like him. I done experienced this before. Well, I done heard somebody tell me when they was walking to the store, someone kept staring at them, staring them down. And they end up telling them, like, man, he started to buff up to him, like, why do you keep staring at me every time I come here? He said, man, I envy you. You have all these chains and you have all these cars and this and that. Like, no, you need to drop that. Don't envy someone to hate, which is why I'm going to give you on one of the points. I'm going to give you why it's important to turn it into productivity. So that's the point I'm about to make right now. Turn envy into productivity. You need to start to develop and get to a point where if you see somebody else with the success that you want, if you see somebody else with the success that you want, you need to sit and say, okay, I like that he has that success. That gives me an opportunity to do it. As long as I believe in myself, let me not hate on him. Because when people start to hate success, they can't get the success themselves. If you hate someone's success, so I want you to understand, even if you dislike that person, if you hate the fact that they're successful, you can't get anywhere. How can you hate success for someone else and expect yourself to get success? It won't work that way. So we have to start to move out of the mode of hating people. What are you hating for? When everybody can make as much money, when there's so much money going around, the government, the Federal Reserve is printing money every day. These like people with bigger muscles, people getting stronger and bigger every day. Things is happening every day. There's no point of hating. There's no point of being envious of what someone else got. So this is what I'm saying. Okay, this is a natural human emotion. Of course, we all get envious to a certain degree, but some people don't use it as envy. They don't use envy as hate. They use it as motivation to say, okay, I'm perfectly fine with this person having more than me. Right? And let me go back and connect this with the point 1, because I didn't make this point in point 1. Point 1 was you need to downward compare. Stop comparing yourself so high. You need to sit and say, okay, perhaps this person has more than me, but also I have more than other people. So let me be grateful for what I have and still build towards what this other guy got, which ties into the point that I'm making, turning envy into productivity. Don't produce hate. Hate ain't going to get you anywhere. You can't build off hate. You can't. Nobody can build off hate. It's only going to last so long until you get brought down. Desolation, brought down. Abomination, brought down. That's how it happens. So this brings me on to the third point. You need to develop work ethic to get there. You can't just be entitled and arrogant. Of course you need to have self-belief. Of course, believe you can do it. But don't be, oh man, he don't deserve it. I should have been the one. He doesn't deserve it. He have all this and that. He doesn't deserve it. I'm better than him. I'm this and that. Don't be like that. That's not going to get you anywhere. That's a victim mentality, because you know some people haven't put in the work. Some people want things in life without putting in the work, because that's how we were taught and brought up as kids. We were brought up and taught as kids. We don't have to work. Everything was just handed to us. Food was in the fridge. Water was there. This and that. We never had to work for things. That's why my kids, I'm going to make them work. But certain kids did have to work, which is why kids like me understand this. I had to work for some things. I had to work to get stronger. I had to work and learn instruments and orchestra and violin, viola, cello, bass. I had to learn and work those things. I had to learn and work in boxing. I had to learn and work in football. So all of these things growing up taught me these things. You need to develop a work ethic to get where you want to go. Don't just look at someone else's hate. Don't look at someone else's hate. Look at it and say, you know what? That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I remember somebody came to me and brought some news and said they was like, so-and-so started to do good. So-and-so doing good on his channel, on his YouTube and doing that. And they came to me and I was like, good. I said, that's good. Yes, that's good. Why would I bring him down? What makes you think I want to bring him down? Like, that doesn't make sense. They was expecting me to, he ain't nothing, that ain't nothing. No, I'm not like that. Why would I bring him down if I'm trying to get success at the same time too? Why would I not be fantastic and static for somebody else's success when we're all one? Everybody you walk around is your brother and sister and everybody. So why be envious of someone else's success when you can't get it if you develop the work ethic to get it? See, a lot of people, I'm about to name this right here. A lot of the people that have this envious mindset all the time, they don't try to combat it. That's why I said it's a normal human emotion, but some people combat it and use it as positivity. They use it in a way of hating because they are lazy and they don't have the work ethic. I remember someone commenting on one of my other YouTube channels, on my music channel. The real ones know I make music as well. J Preem on all platforms. And they was commenting, hating on me because I was doing something that I wanted to do and they were doing something that they chose to do. They were hating and saying, oh, you only get paid because of us. I'm working a good engineering job. I have a good wife. I have a good family and this and that, trying to bring me down because of the choices he made. It didn't make sense. He's trying to bring me down because the choices he made. And mad because I'm doing what I want to and he can't do what I'm doing. So in turn, he was too lazy to think and too lazy to try, which is why he started to develop the hate towards me and trying to bring me down for the success I had. Don't be like that. You don't want to be like that. That moves on to point number 4. You have to be confident in your abilities, or you need to at least develop the confidence in your abilities. As you start to develop the confidence in your abilities, you start to be more powerful than ever before. I remember having a conversation with someone. I was telling them, bro, stop thinking, don't think that way. Because there was a certain business mechanism. I'm not going to say what it was, but it was a certain business mechanism. And I was telling them, I was like, bro, you have to think with this in a different mindset. You need to just put out more. The more you give, the more you receive. He was like, oh, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I don't have enough budget. I don't have enough marketing budget. I don't have this and that. And I just started to think, well, maybe that's because, I thought this to myself. And I said this, I was like, well, maybe that's because I'm confident. Because he was asking me, he's like, well, how are you going to promote it? How? Because I did something like extreme. Like I did 30x of what I would normally do. He was like, how are you going to do that? I was just like, well, I'm confident. I'm just me. He was like, well, yeah. I was like, I'm confident. And I started to think by myself. I was like, maybe it's because I'm confident in what I can do. I've seen myself do something so many times and I came out on top every time that I'm confident in what I can do. So this is something you need to develop. If you haven't developed it yet, you need to be confident in your abilities. You need to start to develop the abilities so you can become stronger. So even when building these things, it's like a muscle. The more strength you give, the more you receive. Let's say somebody wanted to start up in their push-up count. You can start off with 10 push-ups. Hit 10 push-ups. Okay. You start to say it. I'm going to hit 10 push-ups today. Boom. Hit 10 push-ups. Now, next day you start, man, I'm going to hit 20 push-ups today. Boom. It start to build up. So you need to think of everything like a muscle. And the more you exercise that muscle, the stronger it gets. So you need to become confident in your ability. You need to actually start to believe that you can do these things. Don't just hate. Don't hate and don't envy people's success. Actually start to develop the courage and say, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it. So let me get up off my ass and work. Let me stop trying to drag people down and actually start to work. A lot of people will get things in life just by dragging people down instead of working towards what they want. Don't be like that. And this is the outro that I'm going to leave you with. Stop telling people your setbacks, right? I personally do it because there's lessons in my setbacks. You can teach a lesson out of it, but don't sit down and want sympathy from other people or empathy. Because as you start to understand the second human language, you can start to see they give a slight grin. They're kind of happy for your setbacks. And in fact, maybe you should test it out. Tell someone a minor setback, even make up something. Tell them a slight minor setback and see if they start to grin. Kind of happy. Makes them feel good. Sometimes some people get these things because it makes them happy, it makes them feel good because maybe they don't see you as human anymore. Maybe they see you as someone that starts to be successful and more powerful than them. So when they hear a setback of yours, they're like, man, he's still human. Oh, he's still on my level when they hear of these setbacks. So stop telling people your setbacks. They starting to kind of grin. They get a little grin on their face. They're kind of happy. They enjoy your setbacks. So you don't want to be like that. You don't want to be like them people. Because you need to enjoy your own setbacks. Not in the way you need to sit down and say, "Oh, good, okay, I'm set back, good. I can learn something here." But don't try and tell your setbacks to somebody else, and expect them to give you empathy or give you sympathy. No, you need to do that for yourself. You need to give yourself and be empathetic and sympathetic with yourself and say, you know what, this is opportunity for me to become better. So that's what I want to leave you with. This is the outro. I'm ending right here. I have the free Telegram. I have the free Substack in the description, just in case of deletion, in case I get deleted of all of these things. I want you to understand that the enemy will be after me, and the enemy is actively currently after me. This is why I keep saying, join the free Telegram and join the Substack in case of deletion, in case you don't hear from me again. That will be there. We have to fight together against the enemy. I mean, who wants to fight a solo battle? Why do you want to fight a solo battle when I'm telling you we could join together and fight together? The enemy wants you to be by yourself and alone. That's what they want. That's what they want. They don't want you being in the army, because when the army come together, we fight the enemy all together. So that's why the Telegram and the free Substack is there. We can join together and start to band together and fight the enemy together. So I'm leaving you with this right here.